before I realized that that wooden rib is, I started using the wooden rib because students had a hard time, and then not long after I just thought, whoa, this is so much easier, I'm just going to use it. So if you notice, as I came up to the top, I used the curve of this rib to create the inverted curve right here. So right here, it was a belly that I sort of bent my rib into. And then as I come up here, I used the curve of my rib to create that swoop. So you can do a similar effect with this guy. It's just a little bit stiffer, so I can push into it. I think I mostly use this rib when I'm making bowls, to be honest. Okay. And then up here, I'm going to do that little trick again where I push it over the edge of my rib. Next thing I'm going to show you is this metal rib. I mostly use this for scraping slip away. It helps you when you're going to pick up a piece, or that also takes away all of those texture lines when you have a lot of heavy slip on there. This doesn't have a lot of heavy slip, but when I've been throwing all day long, the slip just gets goopier and goopier in my throwing water, and sometimes that'll leave texture on the outside. Another thing I like to use this for is this has a flat edge to it. I like to take my thumb right here on the edge and then angle, like 45-degree angle with my rib, and I'm sort of scraping away that clay. And this is, I know Korean and Japanese potters do this a lot. I don't know if this is how they do it. This is how I do it. But they have this sort of angled top. It's like a little beveled top that you would need to chamois it to get it nice and smooth. But the way that I do that is with my metal rib. It makes for a really nice drinking lip, and surprisingly, it does not chip. All right, so now I'm gonna show you how I use this guy, and I usually use it for making a bowl, so I'm gonna chop the top of this off. All right, so I chopped this in half. It's gonna break some people's heart, but this way I can show you what this other rib does. So what I do whenever I make bowls, and I did a video on this, so I won't go too in depth, but I like to take the edge of this rib. So I take my left arm, because I'm right-handed, and I anchor it on my leg, and then I go ahead and take my right hand, and it sort of stabilizes me so that I can come right here to the top and widen that up, and then I travel down into my bowl that used to be a cup. And then when I get to the base, I want to stop because I don't want to gouge it. And then I'm going to travel back up, making that top nice and wide. So now you can see I have a nice continuous curve that mirrors the curve of this rib.